So we have, it says, consider the 6 Venn diagrams below in which relationships between the universal set U, just had a tickle, and sets P and Q are represented by the shaded areas. So where it shades it is. It's never on the diploma where it doesn't shade. Like you don't have to, wherever it's shaded is where you would shade. It exists, right? Okay. So we want to pick the one where it's not P. So the only thing that shouldn't be shaded is P. So it's 4. P and not Q. Remember I told you when it's confusing like that, what you could do is shade each separately and then do the overlaps. That's what I'm going to do. P and not Q. This is P, this is Q. P, I shade separately. Not Q, I shade separately. If it's or, it would just be that, right? Everything that's shaded. But because it's and, I only pick where there's double colored, which is 2. Oh, okay. P or Q not. I told you that when they're both in brackets to a complement, to a not, you don't change that. You don't change that to not P, not Q, and an and, because that's way more complicated, right? Am I recording? Yes. All right. So when you have it in brackets to a not, you want to keep it that way. So this is or, P or Q. It's the P or Q what shape? Snowman. So I want everything but the snowman, which is 6. And then the not P and not Q, I told you to rewrite it. So we go P, Q, not outside, and then this is changes to a what? A U. So it's actually the exact same as the previous one. Almost. I got some people. They're discussing it still. Okay. This is why we don't have nice things. That's what my mom used to say. My brothers broke everything. I probably did too, but I pretended it's them. Okay. Pourquoi? Parce que j'aime fromage. Because I like cheese. That was my answer. All right.
Cheese is so good.
Right? It's the only thing I can remember is food. Oh, j'aime lait. Oh, le croissant. Oh, I love the croissant. I don't want croissant. I want croissant. Yes.
No.
Great. Oh, yeah. So P are the prime numbers less than or equal to 12. Where does prime number start at? 2. It's my only even. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. You are the natural numbers from 1 to 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? Now, so in the box, I need to contain all of the universal set numbers. Do we agree? So here it says, 2 of the single digit elements, kind of a hint, 2 of the single digit elements, so don't put down 11, that's silly. 2 of the single digit elements have not been placed correctly in the Venn diagram, right? The smaller of the 2 misplaced digits in the first box, and the larger of the 2 misplaced digits in the second box. So which ones overlap? Which numbers overlap between P and F?
2 and 3.
Oh, no. Yeah. 2 and 3. So we're going to put that in there. And then we go to factors. Factors has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 in that circle. I'm missing the
1.
Does it go in the middle or in just the F part? Just the F part. So it's 1, 2.
What if you put Q1?
Then you didn't read. All right. So here we have many grade 12, many grade 12 students, not just a few, many. In a high school specializing in fine arts, were enrolled in concert band and or music. The number of students enrolled in the courses shown. Quiet, please. So we have concert band only, music only, concert band and music, neither course. So we have to draw the Venn diagram first. So we have concert band and music. Please be quiet. Now, where do we always have to start at? The middle. Do I have to start at the middle on this one?
No.
No, because it has what? Only. So I'm not going to subtract. Those can go in right away. If it's something with only, you can fill them in right away because they're only in that spot and I don't have to subtract. So where the error lies is, for some of these answers, are when people are subtracting them. But this one says only, so we aren't going to subtract. So I'm going to start with the middle anyways because I want to. So and is 22. Concert band only is 41. I don't subtract them because it says only. When it says only, we do not subtract. 37 are music only. 16 are in neither. When we add these up, how many is it? Now, we want the number of students enrolled in music. So how many are enrolled in music? 59 because you have to add the 2. Please stop talking. The number of students enrolled, we want or. Or is what shape? The snowman. So if I add up that whole snowman, how many was it? 100. The number of students not enrolled in concert band. So this is where people make an oopsie. They will say it's 41. Nope. They will say it's 37. You forget to take also the people who are on the outside because they're still not in concert band as well. So it's 37 plus 16, which is
53.
Now, there's some of you who are filling it incorrectly on your test. 53. Just like you read from left to right, you need to fill the boxes in from left to right. Okay? If you fill in right to left, you don't get the marks because the little machine doesn't correct them that way. Yeah. Left to right. Now this one's different than the last one because it doesn't have what? Only. So when it doesn't have only, we have to remember to subtract. So we have the grade 11 students at a local sports school were surveyed about what fitness activity they would like to take in grade 12. We have to decide if it's a 2-circle. It is because that's all we've done so far. We have weight training and cross country. Today we're going to add some 3 circles. So we start with the and, which is 13. Now weight training is 34. Do I put a 34 here? No, I have to subtract because it doesn't say only. So I have 21. And then in the cross country circle, I have to have 39. I already have 13, so I have 26. And I have to add them all up. Oh, no, I don't. Neither course, 28. So now the number of students in the universal set is how many? If you add them all up. Now we want the number of students who would not like to take cross country, who would not like to take cross country. So I take the cross country circle and I don't count them. I count the other 2 that aren't in it. So 28 and 21, which is 49. The number of students who take weight training or cross country. Or means what shape? Snowman. So if I add the snowman up, I'm going to add 21, 13, 26, which is? Is that it? That's it. I have one more for you. Okay? So in this class, I'm going to say there's 20 people. So I have to give you the total amount in order to do this weird question that pops up all the time. The weird question that pops up all the time is the one that does not have and in it. I do not give you both. Right? We went over this yesterday, so we're going to go over one. What do I have to give you? I have to give you, if I don't give you and, I have to give you the total. I have to give you how much is in each subject or whatever you are. So I'm going to say 5 people play volleyball. 10 people play hockey. And 8 people play neither. So what I have to do in order to do this, if I don't give you the and, I have to give you the total number of people. I have to give you how much is in each, and I have to give you how much is in neither, right? So what does this mean? This means I have 20 people who are putting in tickets. Remember, like I made you walk up to the front of the room, and you would write on each ticket what you did. So if you did volleyball, you'd write your name on that ticket for volleyball, and you put it in the box. If you did hockey, you'd write your name on hockey, you put it in the box. If you did neither, you put neither, right? So some people are probably putting in a hockey and a volleyball, except for this year because we're not allowed to cohort into different groups with blah, 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 whatever. We're pretending it's last year. So some people can put into 2 tickets for one person, right? Like they could literally put 2 in a box, yes? So if I take all the tickets for volleyball, all the tickets for hockey, all the tickets for neither, what do I get for total? 23 tickets that were put into this HAPS, let's say, right? How many people do I have, though? 20. So what does that tell me? There's 3 that, yeah, in the middle of the snowman, in the eyeball, in both. Okay? So let's draw out this thing. So we have to remember that if I don't give you and, I have to give you each object, neither, and the total. And then you can find the middle. So we have volleyball, hockey. We have 3 in both because we do 23 minus 20. It's a 3 in both. Now they could just ask us in this question how many are in both. That's a good question to ask. Or they could say how many are, to make it a little harder, they could say how many are in hockey only, or they could say how many are in volleyball only, which indirectly makes you find the and, but it doesn't tell you to. Okay? So hockey has 10, so this would be 7. Volleyball has 5, so this would be 2. And then how many would be on the outside? 8. So now I could ask you how many are in hockey only, you would say 7. How many are in volleyball only, you would say 2. How many are in hockey and volleyball? 3, right? If I ask for the and, I'm indirectly telling you what to find right away. So that's kind of a hint. But if I ask you for hockey only or volleyball only, you have to find the and first in order to get those answers. But I'm not asking you to find it directly. Okay, so it makes it a harder question because you have to find the and without me telling you to find it. All right? You put your mask on, I'm going to hand out the notes for today. Okay, so the first one says, the diagram displays the number of students who are on student council, remembers the student council, S, and the number of students who are on the yearbook committee, Y. How many students are on student council? 15. Why not 12? There's 3 in both. So those are still counted in student council, correct? What about student council only? 12. So that's the difference, is the only. Or they could say student council, but not yearbook. That's also the same as saying student council only. Student council and not yearbook. Okay, on both student council and yearbook. And is what shape? The eyeball. And we need to remember that because we're going to hit 3 circles. And is still the eyeball. So that's still 3. On the yearbook committee, but not student council. What does that mean? Only yearbook. So how many is that? 7. Student council or yearbook. What shape is that?
Snowman.
Snowman, which is? 22. In a homeroom of 20 students, 15 take math, 12 take social, 10 take math or social. Math and social. So we have to start with our and. We put our 10 in the middle. 15 take math. So how many take only math? 5. Why am I subtracting? They didn't give me math only or social only, so I will subtract because it includes those ones for both. And then social, 12, so I have 2. How do I figure out the outside? Add them up, which is 17. And there's a total of? So there's 3 who are in neither. we have to remember to make sure to do the outside of our Venn diagram. That number is the thing that gets missed all the time. Okay? We're going to go down to example 4. So the Venn diagram shows the number of students who did English homework, E, math homework, M, social homework, S. What can I say about the social and English people? Those sets, what are they? They're disjoint because there's no overlap. What else is disjoint? Math and social, because there's no overlap. Yes, you got it. Didn't think anyone would get that. You got it. All right. So we're going to answer. N of E just means the number of elements in E or the number of students in E. So how many students are in E? 18. We have to add them up, right? Because just because they're in math doesn't mean they're not in English. So it's 11 and 7, which is 18. Okay, here I want E and not M and not S. If that is overwhelming, what did I tell you to do? I told you to shade E, shade not M, shade not S. So we're going to go do that. We're going to shade E in one color, shade not M in another color, shade not S in another color. And if all of those were ORs, I actually would say every number, right? Because every piece on here is shaded, correct? But those aren't ORs, those are AND. So I'm going to look for all three colors, which is 11. Or S. Or S. What shape is or? The snowman. But wait. What letters was it again? E or S. I think I said or S. That means no sense. E or S. Sometimes it's just the brain don't work with the mouth. Okay. E or S. It doesn't matter that the snowman isn't connected, right? But I still would take the two circles that would make up that snowman. They don't have to be physically connected. So E or S would be what? 18 plus 14, which is 32. E or M snowman. So I need the two E or M circles. This isn't annoying at all. So E or snowman. 11 plus 21 plus 7. You have to remember the middle of the snowman. If you don't take the middle of the snowman, it is not a snowman. It is a pile of snow. Okay? So we need 18 plus 21, which is 39. M and not E. So once again, if that's confusing, M and not E, it means M only. M and not E is M only. But if it's confusing to you, we shade separately, right? We shade M, we shade not E. So this is M, and we shade not E. If it was M or not E, it would be everything but 11, correct? If it's M and not E, which it actually is, it's going to be what? 21. So it seems way more confusing if you don't shade. Yeah? You're stretching. Oh, you faked me out. It was a perfect, like, hello, I have a question. Over here. Okay. So, Jamal. He surveyed 34 people at the gym. You know, he's bored. He's like, you know what? I'm going to survey you all. I don't want to do work. So, he learned that 19 people do weight training. Now, this is the catch. We are now advancing to 3 circle Venn diagrams. So now we have to decide when we read a question, is it a 2 or is it a 3? So he learned that 19 people do weight training 2 times a week. 23 do cardio 2 times a week. And 6 people train fewer than 2 times a week. What are we comparing here?
Times when they train.
How many circles do we have?
3.
2. We have a weight training circle, a cardio circle, and those are both 2 times a week. And then the other one is not 2 times a week, so that's neither. So we have weight training, we have cardio. Uh-oh, we don't have the and. We can find the and if I give you 4 things. I have to give you how many are in weight training, how many are in cardio, how many are in neither, total number of people. Did I give you that?
Yes.
Yes. So we add up all of the other 3 and figure out if it's more than the total number of people. If it is, we have an and. So we're going to go 19 plus 23 plus 6. 48. Is that more than our total number of people? Yeah? By how much?
14.
We go 48 minus 34, and we get 14 in both. Then we can fill the rest in, right? So if there's 19 in weight training, how many are in weight training only? 5. If in cardio there are 23, how many in cardio only? 9. And then 6 on the other side. So it says, how many people weight train and do cardio twice a week? 14, the eyeball. How many people only do cardio? 9. You guys are going to attempt to answer example 6. It's a 3 circle. I'm going to see how you do. So, when we're dealing with 3 circle Venn diagrams, I try to send home with you on a 2 circle. And is what shape?
Snowman.
That is not true. The eyeball.
And would be the eyeball.
Yes.
Oh.
Or is the
Snowman.
snowman. When in doubt. Yeah, just. So, and is the eyeball, or is the snowman. I need you to take that with you to the 3 circles because 3 circles are more complicated, right? But, or still are the whole snowman. So we just have, if we did the P and D, this would be the whole snowman. I would count the whole thing. That would be P or D. C or P would be that whole snowman. C or D would be the bottom snowman. So we're going to take that with us. If we said C and D, we would take the eyeball of 6 and 2, and we would count them up, and we would use them. So we have to remember and, eyeball, or snowman. It will make your life easier, especially on a 3 circle. Okay? So how many students watched only Pulp Fiction? Yeah. I just wanted you to answer the question. How many people? Yeah. 3. How many students watched Pulp Fiction? Now I would have to do what? Count up the whole circle. So 3, 1, 1, and 6. So that's 11. How many students watched Crash and Die Hard? No.
8.
And 8, because and is the what shape?
Oh.
The eyeball. Those middle people still watched Crash and Die Hard. They just happen to also watch Pulp Fiction, but I don't care. They're still in the and. So the eyeball and. So 8.
I'm serious.
How many students watch? Are you suing me?
I don't know.
How many students watched Crash or Die Hard?
94. 93.
We're going to add up what?
I got
We're going to add up
I got 94.
68, 70, 87, 88, 89, 94. Did I mess up?
Final answer is
68,
95.
70,
It's
68, 70,
95.
87, 88, 89, 95. Yes, there we go. My first time adding was not strong. Okay. How many students watched all 3?
6.
6. Not a lot. Okay. What does the 2 outside the circles represent? So how can we write that as a set?
0. 0 with the slash.
Nope. How can we say
The
P?
P.
If it's P, yes. P, U.
C.
Yep.
U. E.
Yes. That's it. Stop. So you're saying, and then, so we're going to say what's in all 3. And then, yes, you're right. We're going to go one more step, but I just want to prove. So in all three, if I wanted all the numbers in all three, I would go P, or, which is U, C, or, which is U, D. Then what Hunter was going to say, and he's completely, I mean Lunter, is you put brackets, and then you put the apostrophe, the complement of that. Yeah, and that would cover that.
Wait, why is he Lunter?
Because I can't say his real name,
Why?
so he's Lunter.
You said Cody was 6.
Cody.
Oh, I fixed it.
Okay.
So mad.
What does the 2 inside the brackets represent?
Crush and Die Hard.
I heard it's a bad movie.
Oh yeah, only watch Die
What
Hard
is the
and
2? Only watch Die Hard and Crash?
Crash. Yeah.
Or you could say watch Crash and Die Hard, but not Pulp Fiction. Okay?
You have to say not Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Because if you said Crash and Die Hard, it would be 8.
Because it's me.
It would be,
What's
Eight.
Crash?
okay. So what's Crash?
Okay. Shh. We're going to try this one out. So, we've always been given Venn diagrams. We're now going to make one. Now listen. When we started with 2 circles, we started at the ands, and then we went to the circles, and then we could do ors, right?
Yeah.
So here, we're going to still start at the very middle. It just happens to be where all 3 of them are. Then we're going to go to the ands, to the eyeballs. Then we're going to go to the single circles. And then we're going to go to the ors. So the only thing we're adding here, the last one, when it was 2 circles, we went to the eyeballs, the singles, the ors. For this one, we're just going to start at the all 3, the eyeballs, the singles, the ors. So all we're doing is we're adding just the middle 3 first. Okay? So here it says, Shannon's high school starts a campaign to encourage students to use green transportation for traveling to and from school. At the end of the first semester, Shannon's class surveys 750 students. What is this? So that's going to be what your circle. I was going to trig and 30 dash 1. That is what you're going to have if you add up everything in your Venn diagram. It better equal 750, right? If it's more than 750, you oopsied. Go back, try again. So, in the school to see if the campaign is working, they obtained these results. So 370 students use public transit. Does it say public transit only? No, so that circle is going to add up to 370. 100 students cycled and used public transit. Does it say you cycled in public transit only? No, so the whole eyeball will add up to 100. 80 students walked and used public transit, so that eyeball will add up to 80. 35 walked and cycled, so that eyeball will add up to 35. 20 students walked, cycled, and used public transit. That's the one we're looking for, because that's what we always have to start with, the all 3. 45 cycled or used public transit, so that's the snowman. 265 walked or cycled, so that's the other snowman. Okay? So let's start it with sequentially, however, I don't even care what the question is. I want to make the Venn diagram up.
When we're drawing that diagram, what if we don't put that cross?
You need to,
Why?
because it shows how many people there are. The people outside wouldn't be contained in it then. You have to do the box to show the people outside the circle. Yeah. So your Venn diagram always has to have a box around it. Okay? So, now we have public transit, cycle, and walk. You could label them all differently, it doesn't matter. Because they have to overlap. 3-circle Venn. You could do 1 and then 2, it doesn't matter.
That's what I did.
You just need 3. Yeah, that's fine. So, where do we have to start on a 3-circle? The very middle. Then we can do exactly what we would do with a 2-circle. The eyeballs, the singles, the ors. Okay? So, I use different color. 20 are in all 3, so I'm going to put a 20. So then I go to the eyeballs, the ands. Right? On a 2-circle, I just started with the and, the eyeball. On a 3-circle, I start with the middle, and then I go to the eyeballs. So those are my ands. Doesn't matter which and you go to first, just go to them. So I'm going to do the 35 students walk and cycle. So in this eyeball here, the walk and cycle eyeball, I should have how many?
Oh, you should include that 20?
Yep, it's and is what shape? The eyeball. That has to be like The only way you wouldn't include the 20 is if it said walked and cycled, but not public transit. Then you would just write the number down, right? So this is walk and cycle. So that's a walk and cycle eyeball. So we'd have 15 who walk and cycle only, right? Then we go to the 80 who walk and use public transit. So walk and public transit is this eyeball. And in this eyeball, because it's the and, I should have how many? 60 in here, because I should have how many in total? 80. Then in the public transit and cycle, it tells me I should have 100. I already have 20 in there, so this is 80. So those who use public transit and cycle only is 80, or another way I could say this, public transit and cycle, but do not walk, right? That would be that 80. Then I start at all three. I go to eyeballs, the ands. Then I go to singles, the single circles. So anything that's single, if they just gave me walking, or if they just gave me cycling, or if they just gave me public transit, that's where I go next. So they give me 370 use public transit. So here, I need to have 370 in the public transit circle. Yeah, it's 210 because I already have 160. So I have 210 right here, and what does that represent? What is that 210? Public transit only. So I did all my singles. Now I can move to my snowmen, right? Now sometimes you have to do your snowmen in a different order. So here, if I do the walk or cycle snowman is missing how many pieces of information? 2. I can't do that one. I can only fill in when there's 1. If there's 2, do I just subtract and then divide by 2? No, I can't do that. You can't assume there's equal amounts. So I can't actually do the walk or cycle yet. So I'm going to try the other one. The other one is cycle or public transit snowman. So the cycle or public transit snowman is this. Let me use a different color. So the cycle or public transit snowman is this, right? That whole snowman. So please don't exclude the 60, the 20, and the 15. It's the whole snowman, or a snowman, and his whole eyeball. We don't have options. We can't change that. You can't pick less things. Can I find this one? How many pieces am I missing in that snowman? 1. So I can do that one. I couldn't do the other one because I was missing 2 pieces, but I can do this one because I'm missing 1. So I need to have 445 in here. I have 370, 385. I need 445. 385 to 445 is 60. Now can I do the other snowman? Yes, because now I'm only missing 1 piece. So now in the cycle or walk, I have this snowman now, and now the snowman's only missing 1 piece, so now I can do it, right? I need to have 265 in it. I have 140, 160, 240, 235, 255, is it 5? No, 255, 10? It's 10? 140. It's 255, right? So this is 10.
It's 30.
What?
It's 30.
80 plus 60 is 140. 150, 160. 160 plus 40 is 220. 235, it is 30. Why did we what you? Look at that. Smart guy.
I got 32.
32. There's no way.
Okay, 80
Yeah.
plus 60 plus 20 plus 50.
Well, it's 102, 220, 235.
235.
Yeah, because this is 100. This is 120. So that's 220, 235. I added them weirdly last time. I don't know what I was doing. I agreed with you. I said smart guy. Did I not just compliment him?
Oh, you're complimenting me.
Yes.
You're complimenting Hunter.
No, I was complimenting you. I said smart guy.
Thank you.
You know, you throw out compliments, people don't listen.
Oh,
Okay, so this is 265. This is 265 plus 210 is 75, and I need to have
750.
750. So I have to go 750 minus 475 is,
475 minus 750.
you're going to get a negative,
Yes.
but that's okay.
I dare you to guess.
475 would be 25 to get me to 500, so 275.
Negative.
Well, that's because you add and subtract them backwards. That's. How many students use green transportation for traveling to and from school? How many was it total?
475.
Please make sure when you do Venn diagrams you fill in every single spot, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Good, good.
Okay. That's it.
It's not. All right. One question. So for this one here it says, you're not going to write it down, you're just going to answer it. Use the Venn diagram, we're going to answer it together technically, so you don't even need to write it down. Use the Venn diagram to list the elements in the following sets. Okay? So A, stop packing up. You're not paying attention if you're packing up. We're in not a rush. Okay? In A, what elements do we have in A?
5, 2, 8, 9, 3. Or 2, 3, 5, 8, 9.
2, 3, 5, 8, 9. Why do I use squiggly brackets?
Because you asked for what elements, not how many.
Right. I asked for the elements. When I do the elements, I show the sets. And it's in the following sets. A and B.
2 and 8.
Yes. Why?
They're both in the same.
Because it's in the eyeball. Right? A and B and C. A. B or C. Or is what shape? Snowman. So the entire B or C snowman. Oh my gosh.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
A or B or C represents what?
All of them except for 4.
Everyone but 4. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, not C.
1, 2, 5, 4.
1, 2, 4, 5. Everything that's not in the C circle. A and not B.
A and not B, that would be 5, 3, 9, 6, 10,
Stop it. You were good until you kept going.
4.
A and not B. So I need to be an A, but not B. I need to be an A, but not B.
So everything.
2, 3, 5, and 9. You guys kept asking. No, you kept going.
Oh.
You were good, and then you just kept going. Huh?
Who was in B?
Oh, who said 2?
You did.
You did.
I had 3.
Never brought up to it.
3, 5, 9.
Oh, yeah.
C and not A and not B.
So,
C.
wait, I have a question.
Yep.
So wait, why would it not be 6 and 10
No.
added in?
Because those aren't an A.
Okay.
I need to be an A and not B.
Okay, so everything in A,
But not in B.
and not C. So just
Ten.
in A.
Well, if it has to be an A, it can't be in C, right?
I feel like I think too much and then I like overthink it.
Remember, if you're stuck, you can shade, right? So here I could shade C and not B and not A if I wanted to. I could actually shade these. So I need C, not A. That's a terrible shading. Not B.
You trying your best.
And then everything that's mainly shaded.
So, it would be
So if it says and, I need where I have 3 shades. So it would just be
6 and 10.
6 and 10.
Okay, that helps a lot.
So I said to you guys, if it was or, I would have said everything that was shaded.
Okay.
So if you get confused, that was my suggestion. Shade each separately. If it's and, it's where they all are shaded. If it's or, any shading, whether it's single shaded, double shaded, triple shaded, you state it.
Thank you,
Okay.
Miss Lepp.